All right, and a closer look tonight at another top story. Timothy Jones back in jail wanting his sentence overturned. Let's take a look.
Attorneys representing both the state and Timothy Jones Jr. spoke in front of the Supreme Court justices, defending why there should or shouldn't be another trial. Now, Timothy Jones was charged in 2019 for killing his 5 children in 2014.
What we want is a fair determination of the facts on the law that is adequate for resolution.
Attorneys for Jones says part of the 2019 trial was not fair, partially because not all evidence was shown. Much of the discussion dealt with the decision to keep out graphic crime scene photos of the victims. 11th Circuit Solicitor Rick Hubbard, who prosecuted the case 2 years ago, says not all the pictures were shown to limit the shock factor.
I'm not going to say they're not hard to look at. I'm not up here to say they're not prejudicial. They're not unfairly or unduly prejudicial. What my plan was this, to show respect to a jury, and it's based on several decades of standing in front of juries, holding them, pictures in front of them, and seeing them shocked.
There were 569 photos that were taken, but only 10 were shown during the case. However, other photos were placed in an envelope and given to the jury while they were in the deliberation room if they wanted to look at them.
It is the condition of the bodies, what the defendant did to the bodies in this case, how he manipulated those bodies.
The justices questioned why Hubbard gave the jury the pictures only when the jury deliberated, wondering if he did that to guarantee a conviction.
We're asking for a whole new trial. We're asking based on several things. One is the not guilty by reason of insanity consequences, not being explained to the jury, that he could have been held the rest of his life in a mental hospital.
The state Supreme Court ended the session this morning with recess and did not mention when they will hand down an opinion. We will continue to follow up with the latest details as they become available on WLTX.com. Reporting in front of the state Supreme Court, Ty Wong, News 19 WLTX.
All right, thank you, Ty. And officials say Jones's children were last seen in August of 2014 after he picked them up from school and from daycare. His wife reported the children missing, and according to neighbors who live nearby, Jones told them he was moving from their Lexington home to another state. A few days later, law enforcement arrested Jones in Mississippi, and they say he later confessed to murdering his children. He led police to an area in Alabama where he had buried them. The next day, he was charged with murder. It wasn't until 2019 that his trial started, and after deliberating for 6 hours, Lexington County jury found Jones guilty of murdering his 5 children. He was sentenced to death.